I want to tell you a small history of my personal life that about 25 years ago I've met personally the actual President of the European Union, Mr. Herman van Rompuy. It was in a particular context because I was working at the university college, and we are used to organize each academic year in the European Center of Rijkenvelde. It's near Bruges in Flanders, also correlated to the famous College of Europe in Bruges, that we organize for our students an intern week about European themes, already 25 years ago. And in that period it was still possible for my colleague to invite Mr. Herman van Rompuy, because in that time he was working for CEPES, the Study and Intelligence Service, whatever you want, some like this word, some not, CEPES for the Christian Democratic Party. So it was possible to invite him as an academic, as a researcher, as a real critical thinker on Europe, already in that time, to invite him to speak for the students. So I was honored to welcome him in that center, Rijkenvelde, to talk about his ideas and his belief in how people should build up Europe. Nowadays I think it would be impossible to have him for one university college on the floor. It's impossible for him, because all over Europe we have universities and university college who would like to invite him. But I was lucky to meet him long ago and see, okay, his dream became true. And that brings me to the other topic, how Belgium is or can be an inspiration for Europe. This small country, founded by coincidence in history, 1830, with the admission, if I may say, Bank de Rothschild, for example, they say, okay, high finance already in the 19th century decide what is possible in politics in Europe. So we need to have this small state between the Netherlands and France. We were too different from the Netherlands, to simplify it. But we were already in that time the cohabitation between French-speaking upper class in that time, Dutch-speaking in the north in Flanders, and in that period no German-speaking, they will come later on after the First World War. But the fact that we Belgians have to live together with such a different temperament, such a different approach to what is good in life, make us to a kind of a mini laboratorium to construct later on Europe. So in the 50s, 1954, I guess, started already the first talks about to build up Europe as an economic construction, that there should never be a war again. This was the clear vision in that time to build up Europe. Sorry, I have to do my homework, but the topic today was talking about how Belgium was that mini laboratorium, and again, how you make the construction of a nation. Because Belgium is pure fantasy, not pure fantasy, it's a reality for about 10 million people each day. And are they an example for Europe? Yes or no? It's quite difficult. But The fact is that Belgians have always found a compromise, and step by step they make a good quality of life in their country. And this idea should be transferred to the European Economic Union. It's much more than a Euro Economic Union. The original idea was there should never been a war again on carbon and steel. I remember when I was in France in a chateau of Klingenthal. And here in the Alsace, when you are on the border between Germany and France, you can perfectly see what was the reason of so many conflicts between those two big nations. All time, who have the sources on carbon and steel to make weapons? And finally, after the Second World War, our leaders came to the insight, never again. And so 6 countries found each other to sign the Treaty of Rome. And that is the official starting point of Europe. Thank you.